I hope nobody's sharing this Crypt Keeper trick right here with her lying self. All she do is lie. She's been lying for years. All that stuff she's saying cannot be verified, and she pulling it straight out of some elephant's butt, a fictitious elephant. See, she's a part of the Cointelpro movement we got here that was supposed to be ended in the 60s, but continued in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and continues on. All they do is cover up for the government, making sensational claims that ain't true. Then the government then comes out and says, oh, you know, that's not true. Why are you making these sensational claims? Because, Joker, you paying them to do it. And here she go with her nonsense.
Robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans in the lab. And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind. The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd, but the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about how to rebuild itself even more strongly than before. And this next sentence is a quote. I'm writing this down. I've been doing this for years. This is serious shit, Linda. But you're never going to hear about this in the news.
But wait, you thought that was over? See, she been on some other bull crap. Let's listen to this right, y'all.
On April 9th, 1983, I was inside of that AFOSI office at Kirtland Air Force Base. And I was handed those dozen pages by the man saying his superiors had asked him to show this to me. And it was supposed to be an alleged briefing paper for the President of the United States, all caps, without identifying what president or what date. But it began with a very dry historic summary of the Mantell case, the man who tried to chase the 100 or 200 or 300 foot diameter disc, and his plane ended up in 1,000 pieces riddled with holes that were later described as having interacted with a microwave energy. And it went into crash retrievals and a list of where we had retrieved discs from many places. And around the 3rd page, in the middle paragraph, to my complete astonishment, I was reading in black text, double-spaced, 2,000 years ago, these extraterrestrial biological entities created a being to be placed on this planet to teach Homo sapien about love and nonviolence. And the next 3 sentences, I can only give you the gist because I was so stunned by that first sentence. The next 3 sentences in that paragraph were that with that being, 2 others were placed on the planet and Homo sapien killed all 3. And I looked up at that moment to Richard Doty sitting behind the desk and I said, we're talking about Jesus Christ here. And he only nodded and his face turned very red.
Redsilverj, all I gotta say.